Hello everyone and welcome to the One Stop Co-op Shop. This is Colin and today we're going to do a channel update. So this channel update is going to be a little longer than normal. So instead of having you just stare at my face the whole time, I'm just going to show you guys some pictures or videos of playthroughs that I've done and some that maybe I haven't done that might be coming down the pipeline, just to, keep things, spicing things up a bit. So hope that's okay. So to jump right in, the first thing I want to talk about is the One Stop Co-op Shop now has a Microbadge on Board Game Geek, thanks to Lucas Gentry. Thank you, Lucas. So it would mean a great deal to me if you would go and grab one. And if you do not have enough Geek Gold, it usually costs 8 Geek Gold. As long as I have enough money, feel free to just BGG or Geekmail me, and then I can gift you over some Geek Gold and you can buy it. It doesn't do anything specific, but it's really fun for me to see all the people who own it, and then I actually can see who you are on BGG. Because a lot of times I don't know who you are on BGG when comparing it to YouTube. So if you get the badge, I can then tell who you are, or that you are a fan of the One Stop Co-op Shop, which is really fun. Number 2, and this is something I need to get better at. I have 2 geek lists for the One Stop Co-op Shop on Board Game Geek, and I'm not very good at telling people about them. I know a lot of you saw them in my last giveaway, but I thought I would just reiterate it here, and I'm going to start putting it in the video description at the bottom. The first One Stop Co-op Shop geek list I have is a listing of all the games that I've done playthroughs of, and I do little short reviews of each game. So I let you know on a scale of 1 to 10 what I think about the game, and I'll be honest, I will almost never rate any game that I'm doing a playthrough of less than 5, because if I'm doing a playthrough of it, I at least like it enough to do a playthrough. So really it's from a 5 to a 10, because I will never do a playthrough of a game that's 1. Okay, let's be honest. But I also let you know, okay, set up and take down, how much time the game takes, what's the best way to play it, solo, co-op, competitively, whatever it is. And then I let you know what I like about the game and what I dislike. I also will have links to the actual video, and a couple games I actually do full written reviews. I started out doing that. I don't have enough time anymore, but I still love doing that every now and again, so I do have that there as well. The second geek list that I have is for upcoming games that you're going to see on the channel. Most of this is just going to be used for an FYI, just letting you know, okay, these are the games that I'm looking at doing playthrough of. Sometimes other games, I'll get it, I'll be like, oh my gosh, I got to do it, and I'll do it and it won't be on that list. But usually I follow that list pretty well, and it lets you know what's coming in the pipeline. Now, what you can do is if you subscribe to that list, and when I put games on there, you give it a thumb. If I get a bunch of thumbs for a specific game, I'll push it up and do it earlier, okay? But it doesn't really matter. I'm going to do them eventually. It's just, if you want to see it sooner, give it a thumbs. Also know that after I do a playthrough of the game, I actually delete that out of the upcoming playthrough geek list. So anything you put in there isn't going to be permanent. You can certainly make comments in there, but once I do the playthrough, I'm going to delete it because I only want it to be upcoming games. And I don't want the list to be longer than 25 because it overwhelms me. So I'm trying to keep the list at about 25 or less games. I'll have links to both of these geek lists in the description below, so make sure to check that out. The next thing I want to talk about is something kind of big for the channel, and that is a podcast. Yeah, so my friend Steve has been helping me by reviewing my videos and looking for errors, which, as you guys know, happens quite often. And Steve would like to contribute more to the One Stop Co-op Shop. And I said, heck yeah, I would love it. I really think that this channel is getting big enough that having some more help is not a bad thing, because then we can get more content out. So not starting this week, but next week, we're planning on starting a board game news podcast. Now, what the goal is this podcast is going to be put on iTunes, so you guys can listen to it while you're going to and from work. Because, well, just to give you a little background, for me, I had a large amount of snow that came, I think, about a week or so ago, and I was shoveling for over 3 hours. And what I did is I threw on a couple podcasts, and I loved it, and I realized how much I like having board game podcasts. I just want more that's specific to solo and co-op games, and so I thought, well, hey, something that we can do. And Steve said that he would do all the editing, so he's amazing, so it won't take away from video time, but it would allow us to talk a little bit more about games. I know I do a lot of playing of games. I don't do a lot of telling you guys what I think about the games, because I'm trying to just do, hey, this is how it plays, this is how much fun it is, but I really enjoy talking about games, and so this way we can do that through the podcast. But who wants to listen to just one person? Like this channel update, you're just going to be listening to me. Boring. No, instead you'll also get to meet Steve. You'll get to know Steve. Maybe if this hits off pretty well and people like it, we'll get some guests to come in. Like it'd be fun if we could get Adam from Rolling Solo, or I think I might even be able to get Marcus from JPlay, have them come in and talk about games too, and make this be another addition to the one-stop co-op shop experience. So that's the hope. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, let us know what you guys think. I should say that the main focus of the podcast itself is going to be about games that are upcoming. So, hey, what solo co-op games are on Kickstarter that we're interested in? Hey, what new board games are we playing? But we'll also talk about, hey, what games are we playing that you're not even seeing on the channel, that maybe aren't even co-op or solo, but we're just really enjoying for one reason or another. I do also want to mention that we're going to pair a giveaway with the start of this podcast, so make sure to be on the lookout for that. And we are going to do a Q&A, so if you have any questions for the channel, can you put them in the comments below, and we'll make sure to go through some of them. All of them kind of depends on how many there are there. But if you have any questions about the channel or about board games, about which ones that we like or don't like, put them there and we can discuss them. Okay, so moving on. Although I finished my giveaway where I showcased other channels, I don't want to just stop there because I found that people really appreciated that and enjoyed it, and a lot of people got to see new channels they hadn't heard about. So today I have 2 new ones that I think that you guys should check out, and I do hope that in the podcast, if nothing else, we can continue to do this where we'll showcase other channels, tell you guys to check stuff out. What I'm also going to try and do is be a little bit more specific too. I'm not going to say, hey, this channel's great, go check it out. I'll let you know, hey, check out this video, or this is what I think is good about that channel, so you guys can tell if it's maybe something for you. So I have 2 that I want to talk about. The first one is Board Gaming Ramblings. I just found this guy. So I'm not really sure where Johannes is from. He's got a really sweet accent, but man, he is so fun to listen to. He has energy about board games, and although his tastes are quite different from mine, I mean, he didn't put Spirit Island on his top 10 co-op list because he preferred to strategize alone versus together. I'm 100% opposite. I'd much prefer to strategize together than alone, because alone, I get lost in my brain, but together, oh man, I get all these ideas, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Okay, but anyways, regardless of that, he just has really good insight about board games, and he has 2 really fun videos that I suggest checking out. The first is he and his girlfriend do a top 10 co-op games. Check it out. I loved it. And then the second one is he did a music video about Kickstarter. Now that sounds funny, a music video. You just got to check it out. I'll put descriptions, or I'll put links to these in the description below. But this music video is hilarious. If you've pledged for more than 5 or 6 Kickstarters in your life, you'll totally understand. And he talks about how your finger just presses the pledge button before you can stop it. And he does it as a music video. It's it's awesome. Check it out. Let him know how good it is, because it's good. It's really good. The second channel I think you guys should check out is Board Game Closet. These guys do a really cool 3 rating system for the games they review. They either let you know if they would buy it, if they would play it, or if they hate it. And I love this system. So simple and so clear, and they let you know right up front what they think. Then they talk about the game and prove to you that this is why they think what they think about the game itself. So I really appreciate that. Sometimes, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love, no pun included, and I really love Shut Up and Sit Down. They're so fun. Their videos are great, high production, high quality. But sometimes I have no idea what they actually think about the game, because they start off one way, then they switch, and they come back, and then they go back and forth. I like how Board Game Closet lets you know right at the beginning, and then the rest of the review, you can listen to it and go, okay, so that's why they think that. That's why they think that. Anyways, check them out. I really suggest it. Next, I want to talk about Charles Carper. So I'm just letting you know that if you're thinking of having anyone paint your minis, I highly recommend Charles Carper. Charles and we have no relation, and he's not paying me any money to talk about his painting. I also, just to let you know, I always pay him to do my painting for my minis. So it's not like he's painting them for free. He does paint them for me and send them back. I'm sure he might give me a little bit of a discount, and I appreciate that. But I just want you to know that this is not coming from me as, hey, I'm getting a benefit, so let me kick it back to him. No, I want you guys to get painted minis from him if you're thinking of getting painted painted minis. And what Charles does is he will give anybody who mentions that they have heard from him, heard of him through my channel 10% off the total price. So if you're thinking about getting some minis painted, check him out. I'll put in the description below his contact information. Highly recommend it. I got him to paint Myth Dark Frontier, which is going to be my next playthrough, and it just looks so cool. There's an actual castle in that game, a castle mini, and he even put these little pegs in there, these magnetic pegs, so it sticks together better, and it looks so awesome painted. I can't wait to show you guys. The next thing I want to talk about is Sword and Sorcery and Widower's Wood. So I've had a lot of people ask about this, and I wanted to clear it up. So I know that I talked about doing full playthroughs of both of these games, and I want to, and I'm planning on it. I just got my second wave content for Sword and Sorcery Thursday of last week. So the plan is to get back to that playthrough first. And now that I have 2 tables in my gaming room, and I have a gaming room, I'm thinking of just keeping it out for at least 2 or 3 scenarios in a row and just banging out some of those quests. Because in case you can't tell, I have a hard time getting games back to the table. When I take them off, then it's hard to get them back on because I'm keep getting new games all the time, which is a great problem to have if you think about it. But instead, what I'm planning on is on one table having Sword and Sorcery. And then what we'll do is on the other table, we'll keep doing new games, but then I can go back and forth between those and we can continue the Sword and Sorcery campaign. Once that campaign completes, which is going to be a while, okay, because that's a long campaign, and I do really want to do the whole thing because I really want to experience it, and it's really fun to do that with everyone on the channel. And not only that, if I play it back to back, I'll get the rules better. I don't have to relearn them all because I'm really worried about doing it again. I'm going to have to reread that 56-page rule book because it's been way too long. And so that's why if I have it on the table, I can just leave it there and go, 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 go. Once I do finish that, then I'll move back over to Widower's Wood and Fire Team Zero. That's the other ones that I want to do full playthroughs of because I did have Charles Carper also do painted the minis for Fire Team Zero, and it looks awesome. And those ones, that's only a 3-game campaign, so it's a little more manageable than the 7 for Widower's Wood. But yeah, just letting you know that is coming. I am not going to give up on that. It's going to happen. That's something that not a lot of channels do, so I want to have something like this to just differentiate the channel a little bit. The next thing I want to talk about is I am going to GenCon this year. Yes! So if you're planning to be there, I'd love to meet you. So I'm toying with the idea of potentially having an event where I could do a giveaway, play some games with people that come over there, but this would mean that people would actually have to sign up and make sure that they come to the event, and I think you have to actually purchase tickets. So I'm on the fence on this. Let me know if you would be interested in coming to an event that's a one-stop co-op shop specific event. And if I do get enough interest, I'll pursue it and then provide details on the channel. If not, no problem. This is the first time I'm going, so I'm probably going to be overwhelmed anyways. But let me know if you think well, first of all, if you're going to GenCon, and then if you are going to GenCon, if you'd be interested in that type of event. Also, if you have any comments about the channel, good, bad, whatever it is, let me know. I feel like overall the channel is growing really well and we're having a lot of fun, but I always appreciate feedback. Just remember though that this is not my main job. I don't actually make any money doing this, so I literally cannot do more content and keep my job and keep my wife happy. And we all know that editing takes forever, but I do feel like the editing that I do for my videos is worth it. But I would be interested to see if you think the editing that I do is worth it or not. I mean, it means less content, but it means the content that comes out looks better. And to me, that's worth it. And finally, we're going to have a giveaway for you guys. So if you can name all of the games that I showcased on this video, send me an email at onestopcoopshop@gmail.com. Tell me all the names of the games. Doesn't have to be in the order that's there, but if you send me a list of all the games, you will get an entry into a giveaway for a $75 cash award from me. You do also have to comment on this video just letting me know, hey, sent it or something like that, or even if it's not related to the giveaway, but you've commented on the video, then that way I know you've been entered. In 1 week's time, so a week from today, that will be February 6th. I'll do a quick roll-off, and this will be a lot easier. I'm not trying to count all of these comments. It's just going to be, hey, one entry. If you can name them all, send me that email and comment on this video. just trying to see how many of you know these games. A couple of them are kind of hard, so I'm kind of curious to see what you guys, if you guys are able to guess what they are. Good luck, and thank you so much for watching. I will see you in one of my next playthrough series.